Coming up on Sunrise, today is the first day for the Texas Legislators' special session. Scripps News Group Joe St. George will join us with the details on redistricting the state's congressional map.
And the price of the Inner Harbor desal plant continues to rise, why city officials say it's going up. Plus,
cracking down on drug crimes. I'm Ana Conejo in downtown Corpus Christi, showing you how police plan to use a grant to make neighborhoods safer.
good morning, folks. Happy Monday and welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. You're waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. And of course, we got the birthday girl right over here. That's right. It's Michelle's, what are we going to say?
Let's not
23rd birthday.
Okay.
Right? Yeah?
Okay. Maybe. We'll go with that.
Stick forever 23.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning. You're younger than me. That's crazy.
Ouch. I feel a little offended, so let's get to the traffic.
I'm screaming. So, well, for your birthday present, I can give you nice weather, though. So we'll be looking at more sweltering heat in the forecast, slightly above average temperatures. Before we go ahead and get into that, let's quickly go over what you can expect for your traffic flow. Heading out the door, getting your Monday morning started. Heading on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, looking at easy driving conditions on all those three roadways right now. Heading on over to Flower Bluff, again, looking all clear on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. Just a bit of a small smidgen, bit of slower speed that you're going to encounter as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. But other than that, still looking at pretty nice driving conditions getting your morning started over on Flower Bluff. Then heading on over towards the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island. Again, looking at little to no traffic flow in terms of everything moving very well, heading in both directions there. Now, going back to your forecast very briefly, again, we're going to look at above average temperatures, heat index values, otherwise known as feel-like temperatures, reaching towards 109 degrees or maybe a tad bit more, just slightly under that criteria of needing any heat alerts in effect for us today. So again, that just tells you things are going to be on to a very sizzling, spicy note forecast and weather-wise. I have all the details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Julia. We're going to be checking back in with you in just a little bit, but today marks the beginning of the special session in the Texas Legislature that could have major national implications. Republicans here will begin redrawing the state's congressional map. That's at President Trump's request. The idea is that redrawing the map will help the GOP hold on to power in the U.S. House of Representatives in next year's midterm election, drawing the criticism from Democrats saying that it no longer speaks for the people. Scripps News Group Joe St. George will join us at 6:12 for more on the redrawing of the map.
Now, Texas lawmakers will also discuss the Central Texas flood disaster during the special session. Flood-related items on the agenda include legislation to improve early warning systems, legislation to strengthen emergency communications and other response infrastructure, relief funding for response and recovery from the floods, and legislation to evaluate and streamline rules or regulations that may slow down disaster preparedness and storm recovery. Now, authorities in Kerr County say the number missing from the devastating floods have dropped to just 3. Officials say individuals initially reported as missing have been found safe and removed from the list. The historic flooding killed at least 135 people over the 4th of July weekend, and authorities say they will continue to search for those who are still missing.
Well, the price tag on Corpus Christi's planned Inner Harbor desal plant has gone up once again. The latest estimate puts the cost over $1 billion, but city officials say it can go even higher. Since the design is still only 10% complete, that number isn't locked in. In fact, some council members are warning the final price could hit $1.2 billion before all is said and done. The projected monthly increase for residential customers, well, as of right now, it's $11.38 by 2029, unless the city secures federal grant funding to offset the cost.
So we have a third-party estimator that looks at these costs through a third-party lens and can help make sure that these costs are absolutely in line with best practices and these costs are fair and reasonable.
Well, the city plans to present a final guaranteed construction cost to council members by December once design is 60% complete.
So folks, if you want to speak up at City Council, you're going to want to know about these changes. Public comment has been changed from midday to evening. At 5:30, speakers will be allowed to comment on any agenda item or city-related topic, and registration to speak is only required for the 5:30 public comment session. Registration is not required if you wish to speak about a specific agenda item when it's being discussed. Speakers are allowed to ask questions, but the mayor, council members, and staff cannot answer them during the public comment period.
Cracking down on drug crimes. I'm Ana Conejo in downtown Corpus Christi, showing you how police plan to use a grant to make neighborhoods safer. Corpus Christi police have once again received the High Intensity Drug Area Initiative grant. Thanks to the grant, they're seeing a drop in drug trafficking. The funding allows 2 narcotic detectives to work with federal and state agencies to tackle local cases, leading to major busts and fewer fentanyl cases, making local neighborhoods safer by helping detectives with overtime pay and more tools.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. Heading out the door, you're going to be greeted with some mugginess, a little bit of humidity still lingering out there left from this past weekend, but things are going to dry up and get very hot for us as we head towards this afternoon. More oppressive heat's going to be on the way. We'll see our feel like temperatures range from 100 or even close to 110 degrees, especially for inland neighborhoods. So that means heat risk is still going to be a continued issue for us all throughout this work week. More details on that in the next few moments. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions in each neighborhood here in Corpus Christi, waking up to a temperature of 79 degrees, 78 over in Beeville, 81 over in Port Aransas, 82 degrees for your temperature waking up over in Rockport, and 77 right now if you're over in Alice right now. Taking a look at those wind speeds coming in still at a bit of a lighter fashion. They will pick up ahead for us this afternoon. Right now, just going around 10 miles an hour or below that across the majority of our neighborhoods this morning. Also, visibility still looking to be pretty decent across all of our neighborhoods as well. Look at our hour-by-hour forecast. Once again, starting about a little bit more cloudy, seeing a couple partly cloudy skies during our early morning hours. Then heading towards midday, we'll see a little bit more of that sunshine start to peek on through, and then we'll also see associated with that an increase in our temperatures, getting towards those lower 90s and approaching those mid 90s as we get a little bit closer towards 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll see our wind speeds pick up too, going closer towards 15, maybe up to 17 miles an hour as we get closer towards past lunchtime. So again, we'll still be looking at a decent breeze to hopefully give us a little bit of relief from this intense heat that we're going to be dealing with here by this afternoon. We'll also see our wind gusts go a little bit closer towards 30 miles an hour during the course of our afternoon, then decreasing towards those teens as we look ahead towards tonight. But all in all, looking at pretty much a similar forecast that we saw this past weekend and from last week. Going to see our temperatures still reaching towards those mid 90s at the very least, 95 degrees for our forecast high temperature in Corpus Christi. Again, starting off a little bit cloudy, then eventually looking at mostly sunny skies heading towards the afternoon, and again still hot and breezy with those winds coming in from the southeast. Now that moisture and humidity, it's not going to really go anywhere. We'll still be looking at muggy conditions even with the drier weather pattern coming into place as we look ahead towards tomorrow. We'll go back and forth between that very humid to oppressive range in terms of our humidity and dew point values all throughout our work week. So again, with high pressure just still dominating, nothing's going to change in our forecast for now. Maybe a slight chance to see some rain chances coming in the forecast by the end of this week with a little bit of deep moisture that could be returning to the coastal bend beginning on Friday, continuing to your Saturday. Right now, I'm not feeling super confident about it, so I don't have any rain clouds right now on our 7-day forecast. So for now, a little bit hazy with Saharan dust with more heat and humidity throughout the rest of our week.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Flower Bluff, where NJROTC cadets here are among the top in the nation. And I'll tell you how Texas lawmakers are hoping to support these cadets and others like them across Texas even more.
Well, coming up after the break, special session begins today for the Texas legislature. Scripps News Group Joe St. George will join us with more on what's up for discussion. Welcome back, folks. 6:12 is your time on this Monday morning. We're taking a live look from our studios Skycam. Looking at downtown Corpus Christi, looking gorgeous right now. You'll be checking in with meteorologist Julia Quady standing by with a look at forecast. But first, we head to the state capitol, where today marks the beginning of the special session in the Texas legislature. Republicans will begin redrawing the state's congressional map at the request of President Trump.
Now, to talk more about this, we bring in Scripps News Group Deputy Political Director Joe St. George, who joins us live from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Joe. So Texas isn't the only state discussing a similar strategy. California is talking about doing it for Democrats. Is this legal, and how close will the House be in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly the possibility for legal challenges here, depending on what maps look like. Anytime that legislature states draw maps, you get the possibility of legal challenges. The Voting Rights Act is often brought up as a possible way for those frustrated by the changes to sue. We need to caveat all of this with this is about 2026. This is about next year's midterm elections. President Trump knows, Republicans in Washington know that historically the House tends to flip 2 years after someone wins the White House. That's what happened to former President Biden, happened to Trump in his first term, happened to former President Barack Obama as well. So history is not on President Trump's side as he tries to keep as much power in Washington for as long as he can. So in order to try and, pick up some seats, they want to redistrict places that are conservative. And one of those places is being eyed, the state of Texas. This is part of the special session getting underway today. Important to note, it's not the only part. I think we're going to be paying so close attention to what comes out of the flood disaster, what changes in Texas happen with flood warnings as a direct result of the tragedy that unfolded over the 4th of July holiday weekend. But back to redistricting here. California has countered saying, well, if Texas does this, we're going to look at doing this, and this time looking to pick up dim seats in the blue state, oftentimes of the state of California. Bottom line for viewers having their coffee with us, your local congressman could change come next year in the 2026 election, depending on what this special session accomplishes. One congressman that's being eyed in your neck of the woods for possibly getting boundaries changed is Congressman Vicente Gonzalez. So that's one individual that we're going to be watching to see if there's boundaries lines. President Trump's hoping to pick up 5 Republican seats in the state of Texas. The one big storyline that I think is going to be emerging out of Austin over the course of the next several days and weeks: how do Democrats fight? There's pressure on them from national Democrats to potentially even walk out of the special session, stage drama, be threatened with arrest. We've seen this playbook before the state of Texas. There's a chance that happens again over this pending fight. It's going to be a fascinating special session. It's not just Texans watching this, guys. Folks in Washington are watching this Texas special session very closely as well.
Well, thanks so much, Joe, for following all of this.
I really appreciate your insights, sir. Looking forward to talking again tomorrow.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. Heading out the door, you're looking at conditions being very similar to what we saw this past weekend and pretty much throughout last week at large. We're still looking at oppressive heat still going to be in place. High pressure still going to be dominating our area here in the coastal bend as well, leading to more sunshine during the afternoon hours. Still looking at a decent enough breeze to hopefully offer a little bit of relief as well throughout the afternoon too. But right now, let's go and take a look at what conditions are like heading out the door at this very moment. Over in Corpus Christi, waking to a temperature of 79 degrees, as well as Robstown looking at that temperature too. Heading out the door over towards more coastal neighborhoods, Rockport, Ingleside, Port Aransas, and over in the Bluff. All you guys are mostly sitting towards those lower 80s right now, getting your morning started. So things are going to be off towards a bit of a slow start in terms of those temperatures slowly increasing, getting hotter and hotter, certainly as we head towards this afternoon. But right now, looking at our hour-by-hour forecast, waking up to some cloud cover, a little bit some partly cloudy skies to start off our Monday morning. But then as we get a little bit closer towards midday, seeing a little bit more of a dissipation of that cloud cover, more sunshine coming in. But we're looking at mostly sunny skies as we head towards around lunchtime and after on 1 o'clock this afternoon, I should say. And we'll also see our temperatures increase, getting towards those lower 90s by that same time frame, and an increase in our wind speeds, offering again hopefully a little bit of relief, breezing on by around 17 to 18, maybe close to 20 miles an hour for those sustained wind speeds, wind gusts going upwards nearby 30 miles an hour by the time we head towards this afternoon. Looking at our all-in-all forecast here, still going to have that trend of slightly above average temperatures, reaching a high temperature 95 degrees here in Corpus Christi, again under mostly sunny skies with that continued heat and breeze coming in from the southeast. We'll still have a lot of that oppressive to very humid dew point values lasting in the forecast all throughout our work week, even heading towards the upcoming weekend. So again, things are not going to be really changing in terms of things still feeling very sizzling hot and sweltering all across the coastal bend. We do have one small change though, a little bit of a Saharan dust passing its way here in the coastal bend right now, making for a little bit of haze that we could see throughout our morning and heading towards this afternoon. But the haze will be quickly out of here as we head towards our evening hours and certainly by your Tuesday. And then we'll be looking at a bit of an extended period of a pause on that Saharan dust pushing its way to the coastal bend throughout the remainder of our work week. But again, it's still going to be hot, humid, and breezy in the coastal bend. Temperatures reaching toward those upper 90s towards the midweek with more humidity on the way.
Thank you so much, Julia. Coming up after the break, before you head out the door, I'm going to give you a look at this week's cheapest gas prices around the coastal bend. Alrighty then, folks, it is Monday, and that might mean you need to fill up your tank this week. But don't worry, I have been taking a look at the cheapest prices around the country and especially around town to make sure your dollar goes a little bit further, right? Well, let's start with the national prices. According to Gas Buddy, $3.10 a gallon on average. It's down by 5 cents since Friday. As for the Lone Star State, you can do a bit better. $2.71 as the Texas average. That's also down by 5 cents since Friday. We can definitely do better here in the coastal bend though, right folks? Well, this week is a little different since there's no clear second or third place winner. So let's go by price. About a quarter of all the stations have $2.53. A quarter of all stations have $2.51. And then mostly the remainder are more expensive than that. But I was able to find the cheapest spot, $2.50. That's the Stripes on Weber and Bratton. How about our Portland friends? Well, you are still doing better than the coastal bend, or than Corpus Christi specifically, I should say. The Texan and the Murphy USA are tied for that first place spot, $2.35. Might be worthwhile going over the bridge and get those cheaper prices, right? Well, unfortunately, if you go over the other bridge, you're going to be paying a little bit more. Cheapest I was able to find is the Valero next to the Texan on 361. That is $2.61. Most of those other prices are around the $2.70 price range. As always, if you can find any cheaper prices than those I have mentioned, might be worthwhile stopping and filling up while you can.
All right, now taking it outside, looking at our first community-based sky cam atop the USS Lexington, we can see some pretty decent traffic flow happening on our New Harbor Bridge heading north and southbound. Looking at easy driving conditions though, with no hiccups happening right now on the New Harbor Bridge. Looking at the Old Harbor Bridge, just very small traffic flow with maybe a few cars or two going on by towards northbound to the North Beach area. So again, on either of those bridges, both new and old, looking at pretty easy driving conditions to start you off on this Monday morning. Now taking a look on the other side of town, heading on to the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island. Again, looking at easy driving conditions with easy flowing traffic flow. Moving on over towards Flower Bluff, mostly clear on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. Got some improvement as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi with a little bit of a medium speed as you get a little bit closer towards that area. Then heading towards downtown, all clear on Ocean Drive, down to SPID, and on Saratoga. All three of those roadways are still looking clear for your morning commute. That's it for your Traport. Medusa's and forecast coming up.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, good morning, happy Monday, and welcome back. Taking a live look outside of our See Sky Cam over Snoopy's Pier. We can see a little bit of cloud cover and maybe a tad bit of haze coming in with that next round of Saharan dust now arriving here in the coastal bend. Thankfully, it's not going to stick around long. We'll be looking at clear conditions and some relief from that haze by as early as towards this evening and heading towards tomorrow and your Tuesday. But right now, again, latest plume giving us a little bit of some haze right now, waking up, getting us started on this Monday morning. Let's go ahead and take a look now what else you can expect in the forecast this week. We'll be looking at hot and oppressive heat still lingering in the forecast. It's going to give us slightly above average temperatures to be expected in the area as well. And we'll see our heat index values, otherwise known as our feel like temperatures, ranging from 100 up to 109 degrees during the afternoon hours. So it's right under that criteria of having heat alerts issued. So we may not see that happen, but we'll get pretty close to that criteria where it may be possible at some point this week, potentially with those higher feel like temperatures and slightly above average air temperatures to be expected in the forecast. And also we're still tracking the small possibility right now that we could see some rain chances increase towards the end of this week. That is going to be all dependent on that next round of moisture that will rebound the coastal bend as we look ahead towards the end of this week. Right now it's not looking super promising, but it's still there, still a chance nonetheless. So we'll continue to track that as we get a little bit closer. Right now, looking at our conditions for today, waking up this morning, going to see some cloud cover out there, waking up to maybe some mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies that will begin to dissipate first for areas a little bit more closer to the coast. We'll see a little less cloud cover coming in for inland neighborhoods later on in the afternoon. By lunchtime, again, still seeing a little bit some cloud cover hang on for mostly northern and inland neighborhoods, but either way, you're still going to see your feel like temperatures and your air temperatures already reaching toward those 90s and those triple digits. So again, things are going to feel very sweltering, very sizzling here for us in the coastal bend. And by the 3 o'clock this afternoon, all of us well into those triple digits for our feel like temperatures, air temperatures reaching toward those upper 90s to 100s over in Alice. So again, just make sure you're practicing that heat safety because that heat is going to be very intense for us today and all throughout the work week. So with our feel like temperatures, of course, ranging towards 100 up to 109 degrees potentially, especially for inland neighborhoods, we'll see that continuance of heat risk and heat danger still being in the forecast, anywhere between that moderate to major risk for us, especially for inland neighborhoods nearby Cotulla, Freer, and Flowerton, under that major risk for heat danger. And even ahead for us tomorrow and by our Wednesday, we'll still be talking about heat danger still lingering in the forecast, even as drier air begins to settle its way into the forecast. It's still not going to be quite enough to really combat all that intense heat that we'll still have in the area. And again, we'll still have a decent enough breeze though, coming in around 20 miles an hour over our afternoon. So hopefully giving us a bit of relief from that intense heat that we have to deal with for us in the coastal bend too. Now looking at Saharan dust, like I mentioned, right now pluming its way across the coastal bend right now, especially for areas that are along the coast. It will clear out as we head towards this evening, and by tomorrow, Saharan dust will no longer be a part of the conversation, and throughout the majority of our work week, looking at a bit of some relief in that front as well. Not really going to see much of that Saharan dust really begin to rebound. Instead, again, we'll have moisture potentially coming back into the area, and that, along with the help of the sea breeze, maybe a little bit of low pressure as well, that can hopefully increase our rain chances, but it just depends on all the timing on that as we look ahead towards the end of the week. Right now, I'm not looking at that being a super possibility for us right now, so I don't have any rain clouds right now on my 7-day forecast. But again, dusty today, clearing out tomorrow, but more heat and humidity towards the end of this week.
New parents, listen up. There is a provision in the Trump administration's new legislation that will put money in your child's bank. I'm Holly Furfer, and I'm going to tell you who qualifies and how much each child will receive.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hi, I'm Jason Navi.
I'm Paul Schreier.
From Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we just wanted to wish all our neighbors down under a great week.
Hey, it might be Monday and we gotta go to work, but you're gonna be working it.
That's terrible. You can't air that.
Working it up.
No, there's family watching this, Paul.
All right, you're going to work, but you really need to run, man.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Great bunch of guys over there. We met them over at the Comic-Con when they came to town just the other weekend. Well, hey, we want to wish all of our neighbors a great morning, too. And if you want to send in your own shout out, scan that QR code you see on the screen or head on over to our website, christv.com.
In President Trump's budget bill recently signed into law, there's an initiative focusing on newborns, which is welcome news to many Americans. Under President Trump's sweeping new legislation, every child born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 will receive $1,000 from the government.
This is a pro-family initiative that will help millions of Americans harness the strength of our economy to lift up the next generation.
That money will be deposited into a tax-deferred index fund account. Then parents can contribute up to $5,000 every year. Up to $2,500 of that can be matched by their employer. First-time mom Tara Nelson says, although this seems like good news, she's not counting on the government for financial help for her baby's future.
It's very much a focus on almost like stashing money away just in case, because suddenly you're looking out for another life.
A child must be a U.S. citizen, and both child and at least one parent have a valid Social Security number. So where's this money coming from?
We are footing the bill for that. So if you think about like how many children were born in 2024, it's like over 3 million. So 3 million times 1,000, it's a lot of money that's now going to be coming out of our taxpayers' dollars.
There are restrictions on how and when that money can be used. At age 18, the child can access up to half the account balance. At 25, they may use the full amount for things like buying a home, funding a small business, or paying for college. By age 30, they can use all the money however they choose. But withdrawals are not tax-free. Any distributions will be subject to long-term capital gains tax.
What are the tax rates going to be 5, 10, 20 years from now? So part of that, you'll have to have a CPA and an advisor kind of help and guide you, like when is the best time to take the funds out.
According to the nonprofit nonpartisan Milken Institute, $1,000 invested in a broad U.S. equity index fund could grow tremendously to about $8,000 in 20 years, $69,000 in 40 years, and if left untouched, to $574,000 at age 60.
That's a huge peace of mind because things become more expensive. There's so many unknown factors. And, I think we could do more as a country to invest in these people who are coming into the world.
Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group, Atlanta.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. So here's what you can expect in your forecast today at a glance. We'll be starting out the morning with a little bit more cloud cover. At the very least, some partly cloudy skies that will eventually dissipate, allowing for more of a sunny afternoon, and then mostly sunny skies later on in the day. We'll still be looking at a lot of heat, not much of any change there on that front. Still looking at the same temperatures reaching toward those mid to upper 90s. Feel like temperatures also approaching that criteria where we could see some heat alerts potentially being necessary throughout some neighborhoods, but for the most part, probably not likely, but we'll just be close to that line and that criteria. And we'll also have another round of Saharan dust that's going to push its way to the coastal bend as well. That'll be the first issuance of more drier air coming into the coastal bend that's going to contribute towards a big increase in our air temperatures by the time we head towards the midweek. Looking at our planner here, we'll see again mostly sunny skies by this afternoon, eventually reaching our afternoon high temperature of 95 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Now taking a look at that 7-day forecast. Again, even more heat on the way with those temperatures reaching those upper 90s by the end of this week.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Now, we'll check in with meteorologist Julia Quady in just a bit. But first, today marks the beginning of a special session in the Texas legislature that could have major national implications. Republicans here will begin redrawing the state's congressional map at President Trump's request. The idea is that redrawing the map will help the GOP hold on to power in the U.S. House of Representatives in next year's midterm elections.
And Texas lawmakers will also discuss the Central Texas flooding disaster during the special session. Flood-related items on the agenda include legislation to improve early warning systems, legislation to strengthen emergency communications and other response infrastructure, relief funding for response and recovery from the floods, and legislation to evaluate and streamline rules for regulations that may slow down disaster preparedness and storm recovery. Well, be sure to stay tuned to Chris 6 on air and online for the very latest from the state capitol.
And now your neighborhood check-in.
Cracking down on drug crimes. I'm Ana Conejo in downtown Corpus Christi, showing you how police plan to use a grant to make neighborhoods safer. Corpus Christi police have once again received the High Intensity Drug Area Initiative grant. Thanks to the grant, they're seeing a drop in drug trafficking. The funding allows 2 narcotic detectives to work with federal and state agencies to tackle local cases, leading to major busts and fewer fentanyl cases, making local neighborhoods safer by helping detectives with overtime pay and more tools.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Flower Bluff. NJROTC cadets within Flower Bluff ISD are part of one of the top NJROTC programs in the country, and Texas lawmakers are giving something to help draw even more students into the decorated program. The Flower Bluff NJROTC program won their 17th national championship this past May, their first since 2014. Now, Texas lawmakers are giving students like Graham 4 more reasons to join ROTC programs. 4 House bills recently passed promise to make military education more accessible and affordable. House Bill 300 doubles the annual cap of a scholarship from $15,000 to $30,000. Other bills guarantee in-state tuition for ROTC students and provide priority class registration for those attending Texas public colleges. School for students at Flower Bluff ISD starts on August 13th, and cadets new and old are eager to march their way into another winning year. In Flower Bluff, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Well, your neighborhood news reporters are hosting different listening tours in every neighborhood that they cover. Next Monday is the Southside and Flower Bluff neighborhoods. You can definitely check out our neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo. He's going to be over at the Janet F. Hart Library on Waldron. He wants to hear what's most important to you, our neighbors, so that we can cover those stories for you. The meeting is set for 10 o'clock in the morning and is expected to last until noon.
Lifting is no joke, but did you know some of the strongest teens are here in the Coastal Bend? I'm Stephanie Molina, your Robstown neighborhood news reporter, talking with a team of powerlifters about competing in a championship happening thousands of miles from here. Team Serpa is a group of teen powerlifters from all over the Coastal Bend, including areas like Orange Grove, London, Odom, and Robstown. 7 of the team are headed to the Cayman Islands as part of Team USA to compete in a Pan-American Championship. 15-year-old Caleb Franca has been powerlifting more than 2 years. He tells me he's excited to represent Team USA and show he is a real contender. Team Serpa will begin their travel to the Cayman Islands.
Flooding here in Texas isn't a question of if, but rather it's a matter of when. I spoke with a student here at the Conrad Blucher Institute about how he's using AI to track and prevent disasters.
For a year, Felix Fuentes has been developing a machine learning model that can predict flooding along Oso Creek, but it specifically looks at compound flooding, which is when multiple things like water levels and tidal stages combine during rain events. Right now, his model can predict a flood event about 6 hours before it happens, but he wants to increase that window to nearly 24 hours. This new technology isn't quite ready for public use. Felix hopes the model will go live by next spring.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. Heading out the door, things will be feeling the most comfortable it's going to feel all day today. Honestly, things are going to really ramp up in terms of our high temperatures and feel like temperatures by this afternoon, reaching towards those mid to upper 90s for our actual air temperatures. Feel like temperatures ranging from 100 up to 109 degrees or maybe a little bit more, especially for inland neighborhoods. So just underneath that criteria where heat alerts could be issued. So let's go ahead and get into what else you can expect for today. Right now, go ahead and take in this view from our Snoopy Spears Sky Cam sponsored by CCAC. We can make out a little bit of that lingering haze coming in from that latest round of Saharan dust arriving in the Coastal Bend this morning. Thankfully, it's not going to last very long. We'll be looking at a brief stint of this widespread haze that will start to dissipate as early as this evening before it completely clears out of the area by tomorrow and our Tuesday. Looking at our hourly heat, we can see again, looking at those temperatures reaching by 95 degrees for our afternoon high temperature here in Corpus Christi by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Also along with that, we could see our feel like temperatures reach as high potentially as 111 degrees this afternoon. So again, sweltering heat on the way for us by the time we head around lunchtime and thereafter. So you just want to make sure you're practicing that heat safety and keeping yourself safe, especially if you plan on having any outdoor activities or if you have to have an occupation where you are spending extended period times outdoor. So right now, taking a look at our forecast today, again, have a high temperature of 95 degrees, starting off with some sunshine later on this afternoon. But as we look ahead toward this morning right now, looking at a little bit more cloud cover still sticking around. And again, having a decent enough breeze to hopefully offer us a little bit of relief as we head towards the afternoon hours as well. But along with those flight temperatures in that range, again, between those 100s to 109 degrees, we'll be looking at heat risk still being in the forecast today, especially for inland neighborhoods under that major risk for heat danger in the forecast in those neighborhoods. So just make sure, again, you are practicing heat safety to keep yourself safe, certainly during those afternoon hours where things are going to feel really oppressively hot. Now, looking at our winds, they'll be coming in still from the southeast around 20 miles an hour during the afternoon. So again, hopefully offering a little bit of relief, even if it's just temporarily for folks who have to spend extra time outdoors today. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, not going to see much of any change each and every day for us. The only difference is maybe a relief of that Saharan dust moving out of the area by tonight. So again, clear conditions, less haze in the forecast ahead for us tomorrow and your Tuesday. But all along with that drier air, we'll start to see our temperatures really increase, getting up to those upper 90s by Wednesday and Thursday.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, folks, and 6 things you need to know before you head out the door.
A federal judge will hear arguments in Harvard's lawsuit against the Trump administration. The school is looking to stop the administration from freezing more than $2 billion in federal research funding. The Trump administration claims Harvard has failed to address harassment of Jewish students and faculty, which it says makes the school ineligible for federal funding. Harvard denies the accusations and argues the Trump administration's moves are illegal.
Authorities in Kirk County say that the number of missing from the devastating floods have dropped to just 3. Officials say individuals initially reported as missing have been found safe and removed from that list. The historic flooding killed at least 135 people over the July 4th weekend. Authorities say they will continue to search for those who are still missing.
Here in your neighborhood, the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery is asking the community to accompany a local Army veteran who's being laid to rest this week. U.S. Army veteran David Lee Byrne will be laid to rest on Thursday. Sadly, he's not expected to have any family attend his burial, and that's why the community is being asked to show up for his services and give him the burial he deserves. The service begins at 10 a.m. on Thursday at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery.
Reconstruction on Bonner Drive between Everhart Road and Flynn Parkway will begin today. The work will reconstruct existing roadways with new pavement, curbs, sidewalks, and gutters. The project costs just $3.6 million and was included in the 2022 voter-approved bond. Work is expected to be completed by December.
And construction will also start today downtown on Taylor Street. This utility and streets improvement project will be done in a total of 8 phases on Taylor Street between North Lower Broadway and North Water Street. One-way traffic will be allowed in this area during the construction process, and work is expected to be completed in October.
And TxDOT and local law enforcement have kicked off Operation Slowdown. So watch out, folks. From now until August 3rd, law enforcement officers will be on the lookout for any speeders. Last year, more than 1,400 people were killed in speed-related accidents across the state. Speeding can also lead to costly fines, court costs, and higher auto insurance, too.
All right, now taking it outside, looking at our view from our Skycam over top SPID. We can see things are moving pretty well, heading in both directions there on those roadways. And starting to get a little bit more busy as folks start to make their way out, heading out the door, getting their Monday morning started. Let's go and take a look at the rest of the traffic flow maps, get a better idea what to expect on other roadways, heading out the door to get your Monday started here. Taking a look on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga. All 3 of those roadways are moving well this morning with no traffic issues. Heading on over towards Flower Bluff, pretty much the same thing, just one small blip of slower speed that you might see throughout portions of Walter Road. Other than that, still looking to be pretty decent. Same thing on Flower Brook Drive, all shades of green, meaning that traffic flow is moving pretty well and getting a little bit closer to the gate to NAS Corpus Christi as per usual each and every morning. A little bit of a slowdown, more heavier traffic and congestion as you start to get a little bit closer to the gate, and then heading to the JFK Causeway going to from the island. Again, looking at easy driving conditions to get you started on this Monday morning. That's it for your traffic report with details of your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Julia. So, some retailers are slashing return windows, folks. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matarese explains what you need to know before making those big purchases.
You would think that an expensive purchase like living room furniture or a major appliance would give you a reasonable grace period to return it if you're not fully satisfied or something is defective. Well, think again.
We were both sitting on the couch is when we noticed that there was a problem.
Brenda Reynolds spent big money on a motion couch, but a week after delivery, her husband discovered a problem.
He went to push the footrest back in and it would not stay in.
So she called the store and asked to return it, but
they said no. They said because we did not report it within 3 days that we had to have it fixed.
Indeed, the sales contract said 3 days for returns. Kristen McGrath with the Crazy Coupon Lady says many retailers are shortening their return windows.
Overall, we have seen a pattern where retailers are getting a little bit more strict about it.
Home improvement retailers Lowe's and Home Depot have a 48-hour return policy on major appliances. If you'd missed the return window and there's a problem with your purchase, she says,
contact the manufacturer directly and say, hey, this isn't functioning as advertised, or this feature isn't working, or the thing is defective, or this part isn't working, and work with them.
McGrath's advice for consumers: realize that some large purchases are sales contracts that come with more stipulations than a basic purchase. So read the fine print and register the product with the manufacturer.
Don't look at the easy and fast returns language that the retailer is advertising. Look at what you're specifically buying.
Brenda's going to check everything immediately from now on.
They basically can sell you something that's broken, and if you don't know it, within 3 days, you're stuck with it.
That way you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News Group.
So it appears artificial intelligence is upping its game. OpenAI has announced a new feature for ChatGPT that will allow it to think and act for a user. The company said a user can pose a highly complex question and get some help. One example, asking for help finding attire in hotel reservations to attend a wedding. Analysts say the new tool will help turn ChatGPT into a reliable assistant for users, but OpenAI says the new function does have some limitations. Some tasks, like sending an email, will still require a user to oversee the message. I don't know if you've done that. I've sent a photo of myself because you've heard of color analysis, right? Mm-hmm. We had Taylor Alanis who did a story about that too back in the day, but that costs a certain amount to get a professional to do it. Yeah. But I actually asked ChatGPT, can you tell me what is my color analysis? And it gave me a list. I don't know if it's accurate. I still have to test it out, but I still do what I want anyway.
I might do that too. Cause I don't know, because especially when for color analysis, when you go into different skin tones, undertones and stuff, you can really pinpoint what's your color.
Or tell me what kind of makeup I should be doing, right? We should do a day where we tell ChatGPT to dress us and then we just come as is.
I'm not part of this conversation here, folks.
He's like, suit and tie, that's it.
Yeah, fun. Classic.
I like this idea. I'm for it. I like it.
All right. Well, what are we looking like for our weather?
Things are looking good. I know we're going to be happy. You and I, we talk about all the time. We love the heat. We love the sunshine. We love the humidity. I know for folks at home, they may not be happy when I say that, but that's what you got. Here's our forecast here. Things are just going to continue to be slightly above average. You'll still see those feel-like temperatures reaching toward those triple digits as well. So let's go ahead and get into what else you expect your forecast today at a glance here. Starting off this morning, got that cloud cover in. Some looking at some partly cloudy skies. Eventually by this afternoon, got some sunny skies, mostly sunny conditions, I should say specifically there. But again, things are still going to be hot and breezy, not really too much of a difference from our forecast from this past weekend or last week. We're still talking about those air temperatures at least reaching towards those mid-90s, upper 90s for some more inland neighborhoods. And again, like I just mentioned, feel like temperatures well into the triple digits for us by the time we head towards this afternoon. And right now we got a bit of haze coming in with that latest plume of Saharan dust arriving in our area this morning. It's going to continue to push its way on out, but it's going to be brief. It'll be out of our area by the time we head towards this evening, and certainly by the time we get towards your Tuesday morning. Now, looking at our dog walking forecast, let's go ahead and see what that means for us here. First, introducing our Star Peaches. Again, maybe expecting some nice conditions heading out the door for their dog walk. Peaches can expect that, but just mostly for the morning. I really think you want to get that dog walk out of the way early or rather than later, just because more of that heat is going to start to get really intense, especially for I feel like temperatures increasing well into the triple digits by this afternoon. So looking at our forecast here, again, reaching towards those 80s throughout our morning, upper 80s by 10 o'clock this morning, and then heading towards midday into the early afternoon of lunchtime. Temperatures already starting to approach those lower 90s. So again, you can see very quickly how those temperatures are going to begin to ramp up as we start to approach our afternoon. Now looking at our forecast overall today, again, going to have that temperature here in Corpus Christi reaching 95 degrees under mostly sunny skies during the afternoon. And again, still going to be hot and breezy. Winds coming in from the southeast upwards near 15 miles an hour or more. So hopefully offering a little bit of relief of that intense heat that we're going to be witnessing, especially this afternoon, with our feel like temperatures reaching a little bit closer towards 107 or even 108 degrees or more as we head to around 2, 3, or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then we'll see our feel like temperatures begin to decrease, going towards those 90s, lower 90s specifically, getting towards around the overnight into your Tuesday. So, of course, heat risk is still imposed to be a danger for us today. So anywhere between that medium to, or moderate specifically, moderate to major risk of heat danger in the forecast today. That's going to continue all throughout this upcoming work week here. So just be ready to buckle down with the South Texas style heat here, as we'll still see our temperatures continue to bump up, getting towards those upper 90s by the time we head towards your Wednesday and Thursday. We do have slight rain chances on the way, potentially on Friday, going towards our weekend. I'm not feeling confident about it. That's why you don't see any rain clouds on my 7-day forecast, but there is a chance there.
I like that.
Call. We
Buckle
trust
down, South Texas style. I like that. Well, hey, thank you so much for tuning in on this Monday, folks. If you haven't already, be sure to send Michelle a message wishing her a happy birthday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.